certain target in terms of you feel your best in a certain weight, you can move your best in a certain weight, or is it just eat clean and see what happens?
No, I like to come in between 241 and 243. Right now, when I woke up this morning, I was at about 245, so that's just my target weight in the low 40s.
How's that compared to your weight in college?
Weight in college, I was high 40s. I played at high 40s. Not that much of a difference, but when you look at my body, I look a lot leaner, a lot slimmer. My muscles have elongated more. I don't, lift for bulk. I lift for, speed and endurance.
Do you do the same kind of powerlifting regimen?
Absolutely not.
Why not?
On a scale of 1 to 10, my weights lifting was a 10 in college. It's probably about a 2 or 3 now. I don't lift that many weights, and I don't lift any dumbbells that's over 30 pounds. If I can't rep it 25 to 30 times, I don't touch it.
Is that for injuries? To avoid injuries?
No, I think it's just as a boxer, I feel you don't need a lot of bulk. You need to be able to go rounds, go distance, and have that stamina. So it's for muscle endurance.
Your opponent, we spoke to him earlier, Timur Ibragimov, he is convinced that the experience differential between you and he is simply too much. In your judgment, why is he wrong?
He's wrong because he hasn't been in there with somebody like me. Somebody that's going to bring the pressure, somebody that has speed, power, and athleticism. I think a lot of fighters, heavyweights, they see me and they know that I have power. But when they get in the ring, my speed and my athleticism shocks them, and I think that's going to be to my advantage in the fight. I'm not underestimating him. I expect a tough fight, but I'm going to win.
Where does the win over Ibragimov put you in the heavyweight division, in your mind?
In my mind, it's just another step. I'm just trying to, reach my goals and hopefully one day, become financially secure and win the heavyweight title. Now, it just puts me one step closer.
Thanks for your time.
A lot of people are anointing you one of the next great heavyweights. Does that add any pressure to you, or do you welcome that challenge and that sort of, label?
No one can put more pressure on me than myself. When I decided to, get into this boxing business, I knew it was going to be tough, but I wanted to become heavyweight champion of the world. And I think, as an American, everybody wants somebody to relate to. And I'm glad, that they have chosen me. But as far as the pressure, it doesn't bother me. I put more pressure on myself than anybody, and I just train hard. Like I said, I don't think that I can't be beat. Everybody can be beat, and I'm just going to go out there and try to do my best.
What's going to be your game plan Saturday? Are you planning to be aggressive, or just kind of let the fight come to you?
I'm a boxer, an aggressive boxer puncher. I consider my style an aggressive boxer puncher, but I don't go out there reckless. So I plan on, being me. If I have to fight in the phone booth, I can. If I have to, bring the fight to him and pressure him, I can. But I also can, back up the fight. I have a game A and all the way to a game C, and I just want to see what he brings to the table, but I'll be ready to adjust. I just want them to know that when they watch me fight, they can see through my fight, through my action, that I take the sport serious. I love it, and I train for the fight, and I don't take anything for granted. It's hard being a boxer, and I just want them to understand how much heart and soul that I put into it, and without me saying those words, they can see it through my actions.
How close to being an NFL guy were you, do you think? And how difficult was it for you to come to terms with, I'm not a football player anymore, now I'm going to do something different?
It wasn't, it was hard to leave football. Actually, when I made the decision to stop playing, I was ready to make that decision like 15 months before I actually did it, but I wasn't at peace with myself.
Right.
So I talked to God, I talked to my family members and my inner circle, and came to the decision. So when I walked into my coach's office and told him, it's a wrap, I'm done, I was at peace with myself. I still had that drive in me, but I knew I couldn't play football, and I didn't know, what other athletic avenue I was going to get into. And I was circulating my resume, and thank God that I saw Timur Ibragimov, have his pro debut in Madison Square Garden, because if it wasn't for him, you wouldn't be standing here talking to me today, because I had no, idea about boxing. I didn't want to box at all. I never thought about it, but because I played against him, he was in collegiate athletics at the same time I was, and we played against him 2 or 3 times. It just inspired me to box.
Did you have no boxing background before you?
No boxing background at all. Not at all.
Wow. How old were you at that point?
I was that emotion and a tub of Epsom salt and alcohol can't cure. You know what I mean? It's amazing because I can't play football right now. You know, it's just a different sport. You know, you're taking on 300-pound linemen, you're getting cracked back on and everything. You have to come to abrupt stops and things of that nature. But it's just been a blessing that I'm able to, you know, run, you know, 15 to 18 miles a week. You know what I mean? So I'm just blessed, man. God has really shown favor.
That's a made American heavyweight out.
Mike Tyson, bro. Mike Tyson. I cried when busted up with me. I believe I was in the second or third grade.
Even the fact that you are from the DMV area, you have like family members, like a lot of people that might not here for you. Do you feel like
I really don't feel any pressure. I'm loose as a goose. I'm excited. I'm ready to go out there and perform. You know, this is the level that I want to be at. I feel that when you're at a level when the stakes are high, you're in the right position. You know, the stakes aren't high, you're not doing anything. When I was 16 and 0, people weren't, you know, talking about it. You know, now you got people all over the internet, you know, calling me out and things. That stuff doesn't bother me. It's a part of the business. When people are talking about you, you know, good and bad, you know you're headed in the right direction. It's just up to me to stay grounded, stay humble, and continue on my path to success.
What do you on 5 weeks? What does Seth Mitchell do to, you know, relax and just go about focusing on the fight?
Pretty much, man. When it's camp time, I just train hard and I go home. I'm a family man. I married, wife, 2 lovely children. So I just go home and after I train, I go play with my kids and stuff. About the last, you know, 2 or 3 weeks, I get real irritable now. You know, I don't really, you know, get up with my son at night. And so, you know, I really thank my wife, man, because she knows how important this is. So when it's about 3 weeks out, I pretty much sometimes go sleep in the other room knowing that she has to get up at 8 o'clock in the morning to go to work. I still, you know, she gets up at the night, so she's great, and she just let me concentrate and focus on my fight for her.
Thank you for your time.
So, Mike with Fight Hype, man. How would you rate this training camp compared to all your other training camps?
It's been pretty much the same. This is the first time I had some sparring partners, you know, flown in for me. So that was different to have, you know, sparring partners accessible whenever I wanted to them and however many rounds I needed to spar. But as far as the training camp, everything has been the same besides all of this. You know what I mean? This is a lot more interviews, a lot more public appearances. But I understand that that's a part of the business. Again, is you have to promote the fight. At the same time, you can't let that overwhelm you. You have to stay focused, keep the task at hand, and that's what I've been doing. Distractions, I'm very, very focused. So as far as distractions, there was no distractions for this camp. I'm ready to go December 10th.
Any particular focus in this training camp?
I'm focused Timur Ibragimov. I mean, like I said, on paper, he's my stiffest opposition. I respect him. Record is 30-3 with 1 draw, and he's never been stopped. So he knows, and he doesn't run. He knows how to maneuver. He knows how to survive in the ring without running. And you know, I'm looking forward to a tough task. But we're working on a couple of things that we saw on tape without giving away my game plan. But I think we got a pretty good game plan ready, and I'll be good to go.
What's the outcome?
I fully believe a victory for Seth Mitchell, and I want to stop him. But at the same time, you know, the most important thing is the victory, is the W, and that's what I plan on getting come Saturday.
Thanks, man.
And Seth Mitchell joins us here, and I tell you, Seth, this must be a dream for you all locally to have this bout and you be a big part of this bout.
Absolutely. You know, I was supposed to fight on HBO in August, I believe, August 27th, and that fell through. But I had faith in my camp. You know, they said, you know, I'll be back on, you know, TV soon. And 3 weeks later, I was back in the main event, you know, in Vegas. Got to watch the Floyd Mayweather fight, and then they told me I was going to be on HBO again come December. So I believe everything happens for a reason, and this is just bigger and better. It's on HBO, but it's icing on the cake. It's in my backyard. I haven't fought here, I believe, since April 2nd of 2010. So I'm stoked, man. I'm ready to go.
Does it put any added pressure with all the bright lights and everything in this situation?
No pressure. I mean, you know, I played in front. I mean, this is a different sport, but I played in front of 100,000. You know what I mean? At Ohio State, at my 80,000 at Michigan State, 110 at Michigan. So, you know, I'm ready to go, man. I'm excited, and I think this is I believe it's my time, you know, and this is my venue to show the world, you know, that I am, you know, I'm the goods. I believe I'm the goods. At the same time, I don't underestimate anybody. I'm ready.
Okay, good enough. Seth Mitchell, thank you, buddy. Appreciate it.
How would you rate the spotlight and the attention when you played in front of, you know, 80,000, 110,000, as opposed to coming in here boxing, you got the HBO lights and the like?
I think this would bring more pressure on you because it's an individual sport and they're focusing, you know what I'm saying, right on me. So I definitely think that's more pressure, but I think I got big enough shoulders to handle it.
Congratulations.